There are moments in life when you feel a pull, a calling deep within your soul. It whispers in the silence, nudging you towards something greater. But fear holds you back. You hesitate, questioning your worth, doubting your abilities. What if I fail? What if I'm not enough? These questions echo in your mind, paralyzing you. Yet the truth is, fear is a liar. It keeps you stagnant, convincing you that safety is found in staying small. But what if I told you that stepping into your calling is the only way to truly live? You see, the battle isn't external, it's within. The chains that bind you aren't made of iron, but of doubt, past wounds, and the limiting beliefs you've unknowingly embraced. To break free, you must ask yourself 3 powerful questions. These questions are not mere words. They are keys to unlocking the hidden depths of your soul. They will shake you, challenge you, and force you to confront the truth. But in doing so, they will also set you free. The first question: who am I when no one is watching? Strip away the masks, the roles, the expectations. Who remains? Society conditions you to be someone polite, pleasing, perfect. But beneath it all, who are you at your core? When you silence the noise of the world, what desires, dreams, and truths emerge? Your hidden self has been waiting for you to notice her, to acknowledge her voice. The second question: what am I pretending not to know? We all have inner wisdom, but fear often blinds us to it. You know when a relationship is toxic. You sense when a job is draining your soul. You feel when you're meant for more. Yet you ignore it because acknowledging the truth means change, and change is terrifying. But growth only happens when you face the truth. What are you running from? What pain have you buried so deep that it feels safer to live in denial? The third question: what would I do if I weren't afraid? Imagine a life where fear had no power over you, where you spoke your truth without hesitation, pursued your dreams with boldness, and loved without fear of loss. What would you do differently? How would you show up in the world? This question reveals the life you were meant to live, the life fear stole from you. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. When you answer these 3 questions with brutal honesty, you meet the person you were always meant to be. The version of you that isn't controlled by fear, but led by faith. The woman who walks in her purpose, undistracted by doubt. The one who doesn't shrink to make others comfortable, but stands tall in her authenticity. This is the real you, the you that's been hidden beneath years of conditioning, expectations, and fear. Stepping into your calling isn't about waiting until you feel ready. Readiness is a myth. You will never feel completely prepared. But faith isn't about certainty, it's about trust. Trusting that even when the path is unclear, you are guided. Trusting that even in your weakness, you are strong. Trusting that even when fear whispers, obedience will lead you forward. You were never meant to stay stuck. You were never meant to live small. That ache in your soul, that pull towards something more, it's not random. It's a divine signal, a calling waiting to be answered. And the only way to answer it is with obedience. Obedience over fear, action over hesitation, trust over doubt. So today I ask you, who are you when no one is watching? What are you pretending not to know? And what would you do if fear was no longer in control? Your answers hold the power to change everything. Fear wants to keep you stuck, replaying old stories of failure and unworthiness. But those stories no longer define you. You have the power to rewrite your narrative. You have the authority to step into the life you were created for. The only question is, will you obey the call or will you let fear win? Every great journey requires a moment of decision, a moment when you choose courage over comfort, a moment when you say, I will no longer let fear dictate my future. That moment is now. Your calling is waiting. Your purpose is waiting. And the only way to step into it is to choose obedience over fear. So I ask you again, who are you when no one is watching? What are you pretending not to know? And what would you do if fear had no power over you? Your answers hold the key to your freedom. It's time to step forward. It's time to embrace your calling. It's time to choose obedience over fear. When you embrace obedience over fear, you step into a power beyond your understanding. You awaken the resilience within you, the unbreakable spirit that has always been there. Fear may knock at your door, but you will no longer answer. You will no longer allow it to dictate your decisions, your relationships, or your future. Instead, you will walk boldly in the direction of your destiny. Growth demands discomfort. To step into your true calling, you must be willing to let go of what is familiar. You must be willing to say goodbye to the versions of yourself that played small. You must be willing to release the fear that has kept you bound. This is not easy, but it is necessary. You will have moments of doubt, moments where fear tries to creep back in. But in those moments, remember, fear is not your master. It does not own you. You were made for more. Your purpose is far greater than any temporary discomfort. And as you move forward, you will find that the more you choose obedience, the less power fear has over you. This journey will transform you. You will become a woman who radiates confidence, who walks in faith, who inspires others to do the same. You will become someone who no longer second guesses her worth, who no longer allows fear to dictate her path. You will become the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. Your future is waiting. The life you dream of is within reach. The only thing standing between you and that life is the decision to choose obedience over fear. Will you take the first step? Will you answer the call? Will you finally become the woman you were destined to be? The choice is yours. Choose boldly. Choose courageously. Choose obedience.